Okay, here we are at Fort Flagler for a little day hike. See the deers all lined up there. Now, one of the beauties of hiking out at Fort Flagler is that they have this huge herd of deer out here. You can hardly get started without seeing at least 5 or 6 deer. Right, all these old forts have got these old cannon and ammunition and battery fortifications here along the coast. See some of them down there to the right. All right, this group of mounds you can see coming up on our right are all those coastal battery fortifications up here for the strait. Back in the day, this place was still active. One of the other beautiful things about this little day hike, is that you're looking out there on the water. You can actually look across to the trees up there and get a lot of really clear views, but you can see Port Townsend up there. And oftentimes when we're out here hiking, we'll see the ferry running back and forth between the mainland and Port Townsend out here. Okay, so we're out in the open for a little bit, and then we get into the trees here on and off along the coastline. And get down here, I'm going to show you a zoomed in shot there of Port Townsend and the Port Wilson Lighthouse where we were out. We took a little drive yesterday. We're at another battery here along the coast. Looks like we got some fishermen down here just off the into the water. look directly behind them out there, there's a spit of land that sticks out into the water, and at the very tippy point of that is the Port Wilson Lighthouse where we were at the other day. And we'll show you that trail on another hike, another day hike. Move back along the coast. That's Port Townsend over there. And there is the Port Townsend ferry right there. Nice thing about Fort Flagler as well, they have 2 campgrounds there if you're interested in camping. We're taking a little side trail down here to the beach campground, which is right next to the water. Very beautiful place to stay. And then a little bit later on, there's a campground that's up in the woods, a little bit more private, up in the woods just off the beach. And here we are, we're getting out into the campground area. I'm going to cut over a little bit, take a shortcut here to get out closer to the beach. Let's bring the family. There's a beach right there, or beachfront. You can see the big jungle gym down there for the kids to play in. Got a nice little store down here. Showers, bathrooms, indoor bathrooms. Very nice. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right, we gotta do another little climb here to get back up into the forest off the beach. There's the campground store right there. All right, we're gonna head back into the forest and go back a slightly different way, back to where we started from this morning. It's a pretty little trail back through here. It's got some roots in it. Other than that, very nice little hiking trail back through the trees. Gonna wander around back here. Beautiful. All right, we're coming off of the Rudy Single Track Trail. Gonna make a left here and head back down towards the battery area there along the coast. Much nicer track than that single track as far as walking. Much smoother. I think they use these wider trails or roads when they were bringing men and equipment and ammunition out to the batteries from the fort. All right, we're coming up to the end of this double wide trail here. Nice smooth one through the trees. And we're going to come right back out up here onto the shoreline with all those gun batteries in just a moment. Okay, one last little up here, and then we're back onto the flat for about a half-mile walk back to the truck. Beautiful day. Float plane, somebody going to Canada, British Columbia. Normally down there in the haze you can see Mount Rainier, but it's covered up today with smoke or smog or whatever they got. And here's back where we entered the coastal defense line back there. And the reason we see so many deer down here at the trailhead is because they've got some nice little crabapple trees, and the deer love to come down and munch off the trees. All these branches are a little bit tall for some of the deer. All right, hike is over, day hike done. About 4.5 miles or so.